Coming up on today's Plant-Based Dads, we're making homemade, gluten-free, vegan mac and cheese. And we're pug sitting. And I've got a very special guest star, Siri.
True Dad.
And Lex is here too.
Roll the intro.
Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey.
I'm Lex.
Today, we got a treat for you. Everything okay with the hair there?
Yes, everything.
So what's your favorite meal?
I'm gonna say it's vegan mac and cheese.
Vegan mac and cheese, baby. That's right. That's what we're making today. So this is a really simple recipe to make. We're going to make the mac and cheese. It's going to be vegan and gluten-free. And we're going to put it in the oven and bake it and broil it just a little bit to get brown. And we're going to serve it casserole style, right? Or if you're from Minnesota, it's a hot dish. Sound good?
Yeah.
So you just like it the regular way without the toppings and all that on it, right? All right, so we'll make it my way with the toppings, and then we'll make it. We'll make a smaller one for you without any breadcrumbs on it, okay? The first thing we need to do is make the pasta. I've got a few ingredients here we're going to use. These are the Bio Nature 100% organic, vegan, gluten-free noodles. They're made with rice flour and potato starch. This is made in a facility that does not use soy or eggs or wheat, so it truly is a vegan and gluten-free product. You don't have to worry about cross-contamination. Then we're going to use some gluten-free Panko breadcrumbs, right? We've got a little bit of nutritional yeast here and some salt, and of course I've got my cashew cheese. We'll go over that in a minute. So let's get the noodles into the pot and let's get started with that. I took a stock pot filled with 3 quarts of water. I put a little bit of salt in. I added the pasta. All right, and let's go ahead and set a timer for 9 minutes.
Got it. Hey Siri! Set a timer for 9 minutes.
Okay, 9 minutes and counting.
Oh, it's exhausting. I think I need to take a nap.
Okay, I could have did that. All right, so the pasta's working. Now we've got to deal with the cheese. This is our famous cashew nacho cheese. We made this in other videos. It's really simple. This is absolutely delicious. It's completely whole food, plant-based. There's no oil in it. It's basically cashews and a bunch of spices. Here's how we did it. In a blender, I put 2 cups of raw cashews, 2.5 cups of filtered water, and then some seasonings, 3/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1 heaping teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 heaping teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I added my seasonings to the blender and a 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. I added 1 7-ounce jar of pimentos, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I blended the whole thing till it was smooth. Then I put it in a stock pot, added 1 cup of filtered water, set a timer for 20 minutes, and heated it till the mixture got nice and thick. You have to stir constantly or it will burn. Once it's nice and thick, remove it from the heat. So the cheese is kind of ready to go. I made this yesterday so it's cold, but it'll heat up in the oven. Once the mac is done, we're gonna pour it all into this bowl right here. We'll drain the mac, we'll put the mac in here, then we'll cover the mac with cheese and we'll dump it into a casserole dish. All right, so as you can see, we've got our pasta ready to go. So what we're gonna do here is just take some of this nacho cheese that we made, the cashew cheese. We're just gonna, well, it's cold, we made it yesterday, but it's gonna heat up in the oven. Just gonna mix that in here, all right?
Can I put it
2 ladles right there.
Can I put one on, or?
Why don't you try mixing it, right? Just kind of want to fold it all around, right? So when you're mixing, when you're folding, you're just taking the bottom and go like this, right?
It's hard.
Taking the bottom. It's hard?
Yes.
It's a lot of work?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give it a try.
Can Siri do it?
No, you can do it yourself. Siri's very busy right now, wiping somebody else's butt, all right?
Oh, no, you didn't.
All right, let me give this a little more here.
No, I got it.
All right. You a fan?
Yeah.
You can see here how the mac and cheese are starting to incorporate. All right, so I think that consistency looks pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right, so we're ready to get this into some baking dishes here. Now you want to have a little bit of your own that has nothing on it, right?
Exactly.
All right, let's make one for you here. All right, so that one there will just be a plain one. And then let's swap it out with this one here.
Well, there's one on the cutting board.
Sorry. And this one here, we can put the toppings on. Okay, so we've got our oven behind us heating up to 375, so I'm gonna let that preheat. So time for the toppings. I'm gonna take some of those breadcrumbs and I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it around here just to kind of cover it. I don't wanna make a really thick topping. I just want it to kind of lightly cover, okay? You don't want any toppings on yours, right?
No.
But you want to play with the toppings and add them to mine.
Yes.
All right, so why don't you do that? Go ahead, take some. We just want to cover everything, but not a really thick coat.
Cause a little piggy.
It's just dried bread.
Okay.
Panko breadcrumbs are really good for this. They're thicker, and I feel like they're more robust. All right. I got somewhere to be on Thursday. We need to get this done. Come on. All right, so I've got a little bit of Panko breadcrumb topping. I'm just going to sprinkle some nooch. There's already nooch in the cheese, but...
That's some.
Right. And I mean, this is an optional step if you want to do it. I'm just sprinkle a little bit of salt. So here we have our two different versions of this. We have the one with the topping right here, and then we have the one without the topping that Lex is going to eat. All right.
You know it.
So at this point, we're just waiting for the oven to heat up, and then we're going to throw these in the oven for like 8 to 10 minutes. All right. So what do you think it's time to do now?
Put them in the oven.
Put them in the oven. What's with the eyes? Hey, babe, how you doing? I'm gonna put these in the oven. How you doing?
Let's put them in the oven now.
Oh, man.
They're
All
in
right.
the oven.
Are you ready?
Set a timer for 9 minutes.
Okay, your timer is set for 9 minutes.
I don't know why I just don't have Siri host the show with me. Why do I need you?
I'm not sure yet.
Thank you.
I wasn't
Siri.
asking you, Siri.
Haters gonna hate.
So in 9 minutes, we're gonna have a beautiful mac and cheese casserole.
Or that's a hot dish if you live in Minnesota.
All right, so the timer just went off. Now we're gonna switch it to broil. We're gonna turn the heat up and we're gonna try and brown the top like 2 to 5 minutes. You have to really be careful on this point because sometimes when I do this, it's done in like 45 to 60 seconds. So that's what I'm doing next. I'm gonna do a little broil on this just to get the top brown. All right, so we're out of the oven and here we have it. You can see they're both brown and slightly scorched on the top. This is just the plain mac and cheese, which really we could have just heated up in the pot and been done with it, but I baked it anyway. And this is the one with the toppings on it, the breadcrumbs and the nooch and the little bit of salt. So it smells pretty good. What do you think?
It smells good.
Yeah, I'm ready to eat. All right, I think it's time to dig in and let's give these a shot.
Let's see.
Let's eat. All right, this looks really good. You ready to give this a shot?
You know it.
All right. And let me have your plate right here.
If
Put
you
a
guys
little-
listen, you can hear the creaminess when he goes, like.
The creaminess?
Yes, like, listen. No, when you go.
I don't hear any creaminess.
No, I mean, go.
What kind of sound does creaminess make?
No, like.
Oh, when I'm cutting it?
No, I'm like.
Oh, you hear the squishiness?
Listen. Everybody just listen to this.
Okay. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch all that squishiness.
Nice creaminess.
All right. This is looking really good. All right, are you ready to dig in?
You know it.
Let's give this a shot. Mmm. So good. Mmm. Mmm. What do you think?
Oh, good.
You're eating one little piece of macaroni at a time, like a little rabbit. I mean, do you hate it?
It's good.
Wow, this is really, really good. Just having a bit of my Berkey water. So, vegan mac and cheese. I'm telling you, you're not missing anything by not using real cheese. The cashew-based nacho cheese is really, really good. What do you think of it?
It's really good.
Well, what do you like about it?
It's good.
You're eating like one little piece of, I don't even know how you're getting the macaronis apart, but you're getting one little tiny elbow at a time. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. What is that? There you go. All right. It gets the approval of a 12-year-old.
All right.
It's gotta be good, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's our video for today. If you like this video, what's not to like? Please smash that like button and show us some love. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. The little bell will appear. Click on the bell. Little lines will appear on it. Then you'll be notified every time we have a new video, which is every Monday. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Do you love mac and cheese? Do you hate mac and cheese? Do you love mac and cheese in the oven, I like to make mac and cheese, but I have to put it in a casserole dish, unless you're from Minnesota, and then it's a
Hot dish.
hot dish. We'll see you next time.
Woo!
Bye-bye.
So I said, hey look mother, it's my life. So if I want to live on the beach and walk around naked, this is awkward.